This week I'm working on a new morning routine. I have not been getting up as early as my normal. Try to get out of bed by 4, downstairs by 4:30. Today I was a few minutes ahead of it. I make coffee first. I love coffee when it gets cooler in the mornings. Now cooler here is like, ooh, it's 80 degrees this morning. It feels a little chilly. If you've ever lived in the desert, you know that when you go from 120 to 80, it's a big change. But the first thing I like to do now is fill my water, which I didn't share with you, and make my coffee, and then I go walk. Now I've been making it a goal this week to walk for an hour a day until I get cleared for me to work out again. And so this morning I only had time for a 35-minute walk, which is fine. I will finish my other minutes later this evening when I get home from work. And I'm watching Alyssa all day over on YouTube. So once I'm done with my walk, I go ahead and I enjoy my cup of coffee while I get ready. And this has been bringing me so much joy. This is the first morning that I've had a full cup of caffeinated coffee. I also make sure I fill my water again. I said this in a video that I posted not too long ago, but I like to remind everybody I do try to drink all 40 ounces of water upon waking and while I work out or while I do cardio, just to immediately get hydrated. But my coffee I have after, it's my first cup of full caffeinated coffee. Usually I've been doing half decaf, and it just tasted so good today. Oh, it was so good. And then I went ahead and got some lunch ready to take with me. Breakfast. I was just grabbing some random things. I grabbed an apple, some almonds, and oatmeal. I'll share with you here in a little bit why I grabbed these things, but I was very unprepared on this Monday morning. I should have made a breakfast to take with me yesterday, but I didn't. I always meal prep ahead. These granola bites also really good. It's like a great little snack. I took 2 of these with me. Good morning. It's 5:24 a.m. I'm heading to work for a bit. I'll be home for lunch, so I'll share with you what I'm having for lunch. But I just packed that really quick breakfast: apple, almonds. What else I grabbed? Oatmeal packet, and that granola. I'll probably end up putting it all in the oatmeal. I'll try to remember to take a picture of it once I make it, but I don't have any vanilla protein, so I'm not adding any protein to that this morning. Usually I like to add a scoop of protein to my oatmeal to like get my protein in and satisfy me, but I only have chocolate. I didn't stop in to get any yesterday. I talked about that in the last video. Anywho's, I never stopped. But didn't get my whole walk in this morning. That's okay. I'll finish it up later. I want to walk for 1 hour a day this week, but I'm feeling solid this morning. It's early, but I love mornings, so let's get started with the day and I'll see you at lunchtime. Let's sit, let's talk. In between breakfast and lunch, let's have a chitty chat moment as friends. First off, I just want to say thank you so much for being here. Every time I open up and I share, I get a little bit scared, but I'm gonna be very, very vulnerable with you, as I feel like I've been with this entire IVF process. And I keep saying the reason that I share my true self and all the emotions, the raw, the real, everything, is because I don't want to show up as someone who's fake. So someone else who's looking to kind of have that like support, because that's what this is for. Like, I have connected with so many wonderful women and created and cultivated so many awesome friendships because of me sharing this journey. I feel less alone. I hope that they feel less alone. I hope they know that they can always reach out to me in my DMs, because it's like, sometimes it's so personal to like, that you want to connect with someone on a deeper level. You don't want to just, you know, put your information on a comment. So my DMs are always open on Instagram, and I hope you already know that, but in case you don't, I'm there. I am not a therapist, but I can be there as a friend, as someone who's walking through this. Maybe you've done it before. Maybe, you know, you want to support me. Awesome. It's been just amazing. But I can't just keep showing up as like this prim, proper, positive person, because I'm emotional. This is an emotional roller coaster, and I've shared so many times how emotional this is. I've showed up on camera and I've cried to you guys, and I've shared with you how hard this is, and I'll continue to do so because I will be real, and I won't just film like the positive fun moments, because it's not a positive fun time. It's scary, it's emotional, and I feel like being vulnerable just helps me to feel like I can show up day and day again on camera and keep creating meals and, different aspects of content because I'm being real. I'm not hiding behind a curtain or a facade or a character. Today, I feel like is like a different amount of vulnerability. I've shared with you guys so many times like my fear of this entire IVF journey when I was going through all the pre-testing. I was scared that my body would fail me, or that every time I went to a test, it would be like, nope, this is the end of the road for you. I was scared when we started IVF stems because I thought, oh my gosh, what if my body doesn't respond to the medication? Like, scared because of the transfer, because you have to trick your body into thinking it's pregnant so that it will keep the embryo. It's all super scary and something that I have not said, but I am so thankful that today is the day I'm getting it off my chest. When we decided to work with our fertility doctor, once we signed on as patients of hers, I told my husband, I really need to talk to someone about all of my fears. It can't be my husband. He's not a therapist. It can't be my best friend. It can't be my sister. It can't be my loved ones. It can't be the people in my life because they're not professionals. So back in February, I signed up for BetterHelp because I saw another YouTuber share about it. And I thought, this is so convenient. They make it so accessible. I can do it right from my home. I don't have to research a bunch of therapists in my areas and try a whole bunch out. I can do it from the comfortable of my own home, and I don't have to tell anybody if I don't want to. But I'm telling you guys today because in case you do deal with any mental health, depression, or anxiety, and you're looking to have that help in your own personal way, I cannot recommend BetterHelp enough. Like I said, I've been working with them for quite a few months, and when they reached out to me a couple weeks ago, I'm not gonna apologize for being emotional because I am. There's so many hormones that are flushing out of my body, and I am who I am, especially right now. But when they reached out to me a couple weeks ago and asked to work with me, I just thought oh my gosh, this is amazing. I get the opportunity to share about something that has been so incredibly helpful for me and my journey. And I hope that if you have, ever wanted to talk to someone, you're hearing me when I say this is an awesome opportunity for you. For me, I have been able to work through a lot of fears. Sure, they're still there, but I'm able to talk to someone who is a professional who listens to me and helps me when I'm, needing someone to talk to. Again, it's not going on the burden of my husband or my friends or anybody like that. It's going to a professional. And I found a fit of someone who works for me. And for me, when I think of myself as a mother, I imagine who I want to be, and I'm working on getting there. It might not be in the time frame of my entire pregnancy, but I'm so proud of myself for working on this at this time, so that way I'm one step ahead and in the right direction of the person that I want to become. So anyways, a huge thank you to BetterHelp for partnering with me on today's video. Their entire mission is to make therapy affordable and more accessible, especially depending on where you live. You might not have a lot of options in your area. It's easy to sign up and get matched with a therapist. There's a link in my description box, or you can go to betterhelp.com/flourishingmiranda. Clicking that link supports my channel, but it also gets you 10% off of your first month with BetterHelp, so you can connect with a therapist and see if it helps you. And funny enough, I feel like therapy and finding a therapist is a little bit like dating. You have to find someone that you mesh with, someone that you feel confident in, someone that you can connect with. So with BetterHelp, you can easily switch therapists at no additional cost without stressing about insurance, who's in your network, or anything like that. If you are someone who is struggling, please consider therapy with BetterHelp. Go ahead and click the link in the description box or go to betterhelp.com/flourishingmiranda. Thank you so much, BetterHelp, for partnering with me on today's video. Lunch and snack were kind of like two lunches. I, of course, made myself my daily salad. I have been loving having tofu ready on hand so I can add it to salads or adult Lunchables. This salad was giving Caesar vibes. I just needed a Caesar dressing. I've been doing a lot of nutritional yeast lately just to kind of up those vitamins and really, really enjoying it. Simple salads are just my favorite thing for lunch. And then for snack, I made an adult style Lunchable, some tofu that was roasted, nutritional yeast, and barbecue seasoning, tomatoes, carrots, and then these savory rice thins and some hummus. I highly recommend, if you are someone who's very, very busy like me, I mentioned earlier in this video, I didn't meal prep anything for breakfasts this week, but I made sure to have a lot of things on hand for lunches that I could do Lunchables, or I could do salads, I could do sandwiches, I could do wraps. I have a ton of things on hand. And for dinner, I'm actually trying a new recipe, something I've never made before. I'm super stoked to share this recipe with you guys. I'm gonna make a lentil loaf and I'm gonna pack it full of vegetables and I'll have enough left over for dinner the next couple nights. Well, it's actually later in the day. I am showered, I did my skincare, I finished my walk, but I want to jump on here before dinner because I'm so excited. I'm trying a new recipe. I'm kind of adapting a recipe that I saw on Pinterest. And I'm gonna also post it on Instagram, but I'll type the recipe onto my blog and leave it there. I'm gonna make a lentil loaf and you can do lots of substitutions for this. I'll leave those in the recipe on my blog as well in case you don't wanna do rice, in case you like to do crackers or oatmeal or whatever for like a sticky component. It's egg free, but you could definitely use eggs if you eat eggs. Anyways, I also have the most exciting news, but I realized that the video that goes up Tuesday, the video that goes up before this one, actually is in reverse of this one. Who got cleared to work out this afternoon? Me. I won't work out till tomorrow because today's day one of my cycle and I'm just not about to do that to myself after I haven't worked out in a month. My new morning routine that I was trying to start today is gonna change as of tomorrow. So if you did not see the video that I posted Tuesday, you're gonna wanna see it because it lays out my entire kind of like workout plan. I'm gonna go through everything and share with you what I plan on doing, so that's really exciting. But I finished my 1 hour walk today and that feels good. Let's start dinner. Okay, let's go over the ingredients that I'm using for this lentil loaf. Like I said, I will type the recipe with substitutions on my blog so you guys can save it. But I have half of a pepper that I want to use up, so I'm going to add that. I'll use half of this onion and some mushrooms to kind of add some veggies. I'm also gonna do veggies on the side, probably like a side salad, because that's just what I have on hand. I will also use salt, and that might be it. We'll see. Anyways, I have some tomato paste, some minced garlic, jalapeños. If you do not want spice, don't add these, but lentils have such a good base. You can add like anything and just get a lot of flavor. And then some Dijon mustard. Lentils, I'm gonna do a cup of half of these. I'm gonna boil them on the stove. I have like the perfect lentil recipe for stovetop lentils. And then I'm gonna do a cup of rice. They do have to be made separately, but if you make these ahead, you can make this loaf at any time and just throw this all together. So this will take me about 25 minutes to put together, and then I'll bake it in the oven for a little bit of time. But I'm so excited, and I'm gonna make a lot. So if you want to, you could double this. I'm also thinking this might make a really good freezer meal, so when I'm pregnant, I can make this ahead and then pull it out and pop it in the freezer. So we'll see about that. Okay, have my rice going, my lentils going. Once these come to a boil, you cook them almost identically. Like, it's so easy. So for the lentils, once they come to a boil, I go ahead and turn it to low heat, put a lid on, and cook it for 25 minutes. Double the water as you do lentils. So 3 cups of water to a cup and a half of lentils. Do the math. It's always double the water to lentils. Rice is the same. Always double the water as to rice. When it comes to a boil, you put a lid on it, put it on low, and cook it for 10 minutes. And it's the easiest thing. It always turns out perfect for me. So we're gonna let these guys sit, come to a boil, and then we'll pop their lids on. Okay, cut and chopped all my veggies. I am going to saute them just in water with a little bit of salt, so that way they're nice and tender, so they don't slow down the cooking process once I put it into the oven. And my oven is now preheated to 375. These guys have 20 minutes left. This guy has 7 minutes left. He started a little bit slower, so whole stovetop full. Okay, tomato paste, garlic, brown, what is this stuff again? Not brown mustard, Dijon mustard, whole grain Dijon. You can use brown mustard too, or whatever you want really. This is what I'm doing. I'm gonna mix this together, add a little bit of water so it is more like a sauce. And then this will go on the top of my loaf and it'll bake in. It'll be just really good. Okay, I cooked these veggies for about 5 minutes, just until the onions started to get kind of translucent, because I know they're gonna cook again in the oven, and it just kind of helps speed things up. This smells so good. It makes me think that I wanna do like a burrito bowl with these, meal prep for next week, because they just smell amazing. Okay, my apologies, I got sidetracked. So now everything's mixed together. The rice, the lentils, the veggies. I just let them finish, and it's a little liquidy, but I think it'll be fine. I'm gonna shape it on this, put my topping on and get it in the oven, and it'll be so good. I've made so many different types of loaves, but never with lentils. I always do them with white beans or chickpeas, but I'm really excited for this one because I feel like it's gonna be the best tasting. Thank you so much as always for tuning into another video. I will see you next week in a brand new video. I'm going to do another crockpot video next week, since this week I will not get one up. I just don't have the time. So you'll see that next week, and those have been really popular. You guys have been enjoying them. I have some brand new recipes coming for you. Make sure to follow me over on Instagram if you want to keep up with daily life. I love posting stories, and I feel like things happen quicker there just because there's no time lapse. So follow me over on Instagram. I also have TikTok. I'm going to try to be more consistent there as well. Catch up on all avenues of my life, not just cooking. I will see you next week in a new video. Bye-bye.